The crystal ballroom fell silent as the billionaire's fiancé smiled coldly. "Since you're so invisible," she said to the maid, "you might as well become part of the decoration." Within seconds, security guards forced the frightened maid into a giant glass display case normally used for priceless sculptures. The lock clicked shut while hundreds of wealthy guests watched in silence. No one knew the billionaire himself was only minutes away. Emily had worked at the mansion for only 3 months. She was quiet, hardworking, and never answered insults with anger. After losing both parents, she supported her younger brother by working day and night. But Victoria, the billionaire's glamorous fiancée, hated her for no reason. She claimed Emily looked at the billionaire too often. In reality, Emily barely raised her eyes. During the extravagant engagement celebration, Victoria decided to make an example of her. She ordered the staff to bring out the enormous glass display case placed in the center of the ballroom. "Ladies and gentlemen," Victoria announced with a smile, "every palace needs beautiful decorations." The crowd laughed nervously. Before Emily could react, 2 guards pushed her inside. The heavy glass door slammed shut. Victoria locked it herself. "There," she whispered, "now you finally belong." Emily knocked desperately on the glass. No one moved. Some guests lowered their heads in shame. Others secretly recorded the scene. Inside the airtight case, Emily struggled to breathe. Panic filled her eyes. Outside, Victoria raised her champagne. This is what happens when servants forget their place. Suddenly, the grand entrance doors opened. Alexander Hayes, the billionaire owner of the mansion, had returned 2 days earlier than expected. He stopped walking. The ballroom was strangely quiet. His eyes searched the room. Then they froze. Emily, locked inside glass. His face turned pale. "What is this?" Nobody answered. Victoria forced a smile. "It's only a harmless joke." Alexander slowly walked toward the display case. Inside, Emily's breathing had become weak. She was trembling. He pulled the handle. "Locked. Give me the key." Victoria laughed softly. "Oh darling, don't overreact." His voice turned icy. "The key." She crossed her arms. "It's just a lesson." Alexander looked at the guards. "Break it." The guards hesitated. "They work for me," he said. Still no one moved. Alexander grabbed a heavy bronze statue standing nearby. With one furious swing, crash, the glass exploded across the ballroom. Guests screamed. Emily collapsed forward. Alexander caught her before she hit the floor. He wrapped his jacket around her shaking shoulders. "Call an ambulance. Now." Victoria stared in disbelief. "You destroyed a $2 million display." Alexander looked directly into her eyes. "I'd destroy this entire mansion before letting someone suffer like that." Silence. Complete silence. The ambulance confirmed Emily had nearly lost consciousness because of lack of air. 5 more minutes. The doctor quietly admitted. She might not have survived. Alexander's hands trembled with anger. He ordered security to collect every phone recording from the party. Then he gathered every guest. "I want every witness to hear this." He removed the engagement ring from his finger. "I refuse to marry someone capable of treating another human being this way." Victoria's smile disappeared. "You can't be serious." "I'm completely serious. But my family. I don't care. You'll regret this." Alexander shook his head. "The only thing I regret is not seeing your true face sooner." Security escorted Victoria out of the mansion. The guests watched without saying a word. Days later, Alexander visited Emily in the hospital. She tried to apologize. "I'm sorry I caused trouble." He smiled sadly. "You didn't cause it. I should have stayed quiet." "No. For years I ignored how some people treated the staff. I failed all of you." Emily looked surprised. Nobody had ever apologized to her before. Alexander introduced new rules throughout every company he owned. Every employee, regardless of position, would be treated equally. Anonymous complaint systems were installed. Managers received mandatory ethics training. Several abusive supervisors lost their jobs. News spread across the country. People praised the billionaire for standing against cruelty inside his own home. Months later, Emily became director of the company's Employee Welfare Foundation. She made sure no worker would ever experience humiliation again. At the foundation's opening ceremony, Alexander stood beside her. Reporters asked why he trusted a former maid with such responsibility. He smiled. "Character isn't measured by wealth. It's measured by what someone does when everyone else stays silent." The audience applauded. Emily looked at the rebuilt mansion behind them. The shattered glass display case had never been replaced. Instead, a simple plaque stood there. It read, "Respect every person. No one is decoration." Every visitor stopped to read it. And every employee knew, one act of courage had changed thousands of lives forever.